So yeah, this is part two of GTA Online experience, basically. But like I said in the last video, GTA and online gaming community has died decades ago. It's rare to find players that you can actually play with and actually grind on heists. I'm really hoping GTA Rockstar changes this between now and GTA 6 because you can't do anything with Casino, you can't do anything with Doomsday, or 2 to 4 players because that's a joke. Because like hours ago, like I was just in a GTA Online heist and the person didn't get ready armor. I don't know why people never get ready armor for the heist, but they don't. Like I can help out with the armor, but you literally have to ask me to help you out with it. But this is for, like I said, Xbox, and I know PlayStation probably has the same problem with buying players, but outside of that, like I said, it's just crazy how you cannot find more players. Like I said in the last video, I have a friend who literally rage quit and uninstalled the game because outside of me, I was the only one helping him. And just like he was helping me in return. Like I have like 400 um like players on my friends list, but I'm about to like clear that stuff up because there's only ever a few ever online. And Xbox basically nerfed it where you can't even see the majority of people online. Even if you're online, they pierce you offline, so you never know who's online, who's not, unless you message them. But I'm not even gonna do casino heists anymore outside of KO, maybe by myself. But the island, like, outside of that, and forget public lobbies, they're a joke. Like every time you're in a public lobby, and I rarely ever see it, you know, quiet where there's not a griever blowing stuff up, which is a fact because every time I turn around, there's always some griever blowing somebody up, and they never stop. It's not me crying about it, it's just gaming experience from what I've gotten over years of playing this game since 2013. I used to beat the story mode, and I got online, and then I had a friend I met eventually, and then we ended up grinding so much I owned all the business in the game. I did the upgrades for that, and then he passed away in 2020, which that's why I have it pinned at the top of my videos, which is teaching. I really miss my old crew and him. I really do. Because they actually helped and we actually got the place and we ended up buying everything. Not anything got messed up. We either went through the tunnel. Most, back in the day, you couldn't make it to a helicopter, but nowadays you kind of can in the casino heist, but that's iffy. You can't play with low level players half the time. You're a high level player. I'm like 300 something. I'm getting closer and closer to 400, but I would have been up like 6, maybe 7, 800 if I kept playing with T King if he was alive, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, it's. I don't know what to do anymore with the game because it's gotten dull trying to find players, so I'm just gonna have to figure out how to push myself through these businesses by myself, load them up, wait for the cooldown, and yes, there are cooldowns to say. That's what a lot of these players don't ever mention. That there's always cooldowns. There's ones that are an hour, 2 hours, depending if you do it by yourself, which the KO is going to take me 2 hours because I'm going to do it by myself. You can't open the doors, so I'm going to have to like hope for the best and have a paint upstairs, which I know how to do the KO, which I'll run that through the next game. I'll take a picture of the KO Parika and then put that up in a video and talk about how the KO works and that. But everybody has their own preferences. Some people like to sneak by it and hope for the best, and then you can sneak by all the guards and not be seen and go way upstairs somehow without being seen. And then we have to take one guard out and then open the door upstairs, go downstairs, get the primary, and then dip out. And that if your team can make it through, not everybody makes it through like that. But me, if I do KO, I run upstairs, take that one guard up the stairs when you go left when you come out the door after you go through the tunnel, or the drainage tunnel, which is the best way. I don't know why anybody goes to the front door. That's freaking suicide. And then trying to do the side doors, that's kind of suicide in a way because they always try to blow up the door, especially the main door. Somebody's always going for that. Don't get the boat, get the submarine. The only time you get the boat if you're doing a solo and you're going to run the island by yourself and not get caught. Sometimes the game glitches, somehow the guard sees you or they see a dead body on the ground. So that's another big iffy part unless somehow you sneak by the guards enough. Because there's that one side on the KO right when at the airstrip. You can get the one guard by the thing, but the other guard, it's kind of hard to sneak by the one that walks up and down the path there. And then you got the two guards standing over here, and then you got the guard that's standing up over the stairs. That doesn't always work for everybody. Me, I would just shoot my way through because pretty much I know the game's going to see me one or another if I try to get both versions of it. Sometimes I just have to get the one and then hopefully get back to the boat and then go all the way towards the drainage tunnel, go in the drainage tunnel, go upstairs and hope for a painting upstairs in the boss's office, which is not always there. But going through the compound, you can make about like 700,000 by yourself. You can probably make like a mil something if you somehow get enough across the island without being seen. And I know all the locations. I even know the secret pictures that you can take across the island when you're scoping it out on the KO Paprika. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple more handful of these videos tomorrow before I go to bed, and then I'll get up and then eventually I'm gonna probably do more videos or play a video game. But outside, but like I said, you either have to buy a short card, which you basically have to empty your bank account, which I did the math. You have to spend more than $3,000 in real life to buy more than $300,000 worth of the short card money. I did the math on it. Even past 300 million, you're probably looking closer to 10 grand just to buy everything in the game. So you have to basically empty your bank account, never have an apartment, never eat or any of that, just to be able to buy everything. Because if you try to freaking play the game and hope for players, like unlike the beginning of it, yeah, the beginning was so well, and somewhere towards 2020, it just started going downhill more, and now it's 2025, and 2026 is going to come here, and it's just going to go down more hill. Most of the grievers are in the public lobbies, either shooting you or doing the Mark II or one of those things, and constantly just to have the kill ratio type thing, which I know about, and this is all in the game. If anybody's ever played the game, if you haven't played the game and you're just starting on the game, this is the truth about the game. None of the other players are going to tell you about this. I will. I don't sugarcoat stuff. And every time I see one of these videos about, oh, if you go here, you find millions of dollars sitting around, don't believe that stuff. And stay away from Facebook groups because every time you're in there, there's nothing but modded accounts trying to sell you and scam you all that because they took an account from somebody else, and then they want to sell you this account so they'll rip you off and then whatnot. And don't do glitching because they just eventually get you banned anyways. If you do it and get lucky, you're just gonna have luck until you run out, and then you'll get banned. And then people like me will still be around doing grinding, but nobody wants to do grinding anymore. But it's like you, like me. But yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know what else to do besides, like I said, and this hopefully helps you out on that one if you're not used to the game. I just not gonna sugarcoat the game, basically. You have a wonderful day. Catch you in the next video.